Well, I got decently lucky with this one. But yeah, anyways, welcome back to the Slap Revisited after an lackluster premiere. And for this one, we'll be very lucky because a bit some sorts because I was supposed to review this on St. Patrick's Day, but I got busy, so I have to apologize for this. And yes, I did watch the entirety of the movie on St. Patrick's Day, at least with uh, at least. But right now, as I finish do it, I am ready to review it, at least for now. But anyways, as I said, for today we're going to review on the 2022 movie Luck, which is the only movie that produced by Skydance Animation, is released for Apple TV Plus before Apple broke the deal, and which hence why Spellbound was instead shipped to Netflix. But I have some decent opinions with this one. Some critics say that they don't like it, some love it, because this is a mixed bag. But anyways, with that being said, let's get the second episode of the Sniper Fist that started already, I guess. So, and that's supposed to be put on St. Patrick's Day, but you get the point down there. Hey guys, GYPSYASHIE from Ashy Extra, and we're back. We back with another episode of the Slap Visited. Yeah, I was supposed to release this one last what date? Oh, hold on, I was right. Last St. Patrick's Day, I was supposed to put this on, but unfortunately for that reason, and I was very busy, I didn't even have to review it on time. But now, since I finally finished it, and I finally have the much time to do this, well, I have no words except that this is a very straight to the point, decent B movie, at least an animated one, and a pretty appointed one, since I actually that this is the first film to be produced by Skydance Animation. The other one was Spellbound, which I already reviewed on this channel a few months after before, and that's the second one, and the first one, which is on Netflix. This one I'm talking about right now is on Apple TV Plus, which is the only movie that Apple and Skydance would pursue that, because they decided to work that deal instead of Skydance would work Netflix. And that's why Spellbound ended up at becoming a Netflix original movie. But with that being said, change of plans. But anyways, as I said, I'm gonna get too straight to the movie, and I'm gonna explain it a lot, and why this movie is decently okay, despite the fact that the movie that I mentioned is mixed and a little bit of an uncertainty, but the plot twist, what did I say, is a mixed bag. So this is what I expect that. But anyways, for those who didn't know about this movie, it's released on August 5th on 2022 on Apple TV Plus, and it stars the voices of, wait for it, Eva Noblezada, Simon Pegg, Jane Fonda, Whoopi Goldberg, Flula Borg, Lil Ray Howery, Colin O'Donoghue, and John Ratzenberger, and was directed by Becky Holmes. And the music was composed by John Depney, which, hold on, is that John Depney? Guys sound familiar. Okay, I don't want to talk about it, but some of the producers from Cars and Toy Story came here, including John Lasseter of all people. But anyways, with that being said, let's get on to the plot. So, Sam Greenfield, an orphanage young woman with a life plagued by misfortune, is forced out of her foster home, much to the despair of her younger friend and roommate Hazel, was hoping to be adopted soon. One night, after sharing food with a black cat named Bob, Sam finds a penny she hopes to give to Hazel for a collection of lucky items that they hope will get adopted. The next day, Sam knows that the penny is made of luck voodoo. However, she loses the penny by inadvertently flushing it down a toilet. Like, for some reason, a tear for some reason that would automatically flush a toilet for some reason. Yes, that's an automatic flusher. Could you expect that to happen? While bemoaning her error, Sam encounters the cat, Bob, again, and assess what happened, which causes the cat to betray her for losing the penny. Shocked that the cat could talk. Whoa. And this is getting a little bit sassier. Sam follows the cat through a portal to the quote-unquote land of luck, where creatures like leprechauns create good luck for the people on Earth. The cat, named Bob, needs the penny for traveling purposes and will be banished to the opposite if word gets out that he lost it. Bob and Sam make a deal to get another deal from the penny depot for Hazel before returning it to Bob, which could have been interesting, but Bob uses a button instead for Sam to pass off as a penny while she sneaks into the land of luggage and clothes belonging to Bob's personal leprechaun Gary. Dirty Sam comes to learn that bad luck's managed underneath the land of luck. Which gonna have to say that. Following the disaster, the penny depot, which causes Gary to learn about Sam's identity, which for some reason Sam messed up everything. Gary uses the drone to retrieve the missing penny on Earth. However, the drone gets lost in the in-between space between the good and bad luck lands. Sam and Bob goes to the in-between, which is managed by a unicorn named Jeff, which turns out that is the wife of that dragon. Hold on second. But anyways, Jeff managed to backlock a parrot, a machine that keeps bad luck's backs from sticking, which reads the quote-unquote randomizer, another machine that both good and bad luck to Earth. Jeff reveals that he found the penny and has returned it to the depot. Undeterred, is it Babe, the dragon, which managed is the good luck and hopes to get another penny. And that Babe is basically the wife of Jeff, in case you didn't know already. Babe tells Sam how better things would be if everyone has good luck before giving her a new penny. But Sam sacrifices her penny as Bob is caught for faking his travel penny to spare him from banishment. Bob was caught by the captain, which I think was played by Goldberg. Yeah, Goldberg, of course. But still wanted to help Hazel. Sam and Bob decided to temporarily shut down the bad luck and parrot to prevent bad luck from going to the randomizer, give Hazel the luck she needs to get adopted. However, as Sam and Bob is about to go separate ways, the bad luck specs start to clog Jeff's machines to discord good luck and bad luck stones within the randomizer, which also brings bad luck to the land of luck and Earth. Seeing Hazel did not get adopted because of this, learning that Bob is actually an unlucky English cat, not a Scottish one. Plot twist, and having been found out as a human, Sam solves the remorse. Bob apologizes and says that Hazel's the luckiest girl from having Sam at her side, and Sam realizes that things could be fixed because she remembers seeing some good luck and bad luck while on her way in between, but she has to find that when she wanted to. But anyways, is continue. In bad luck, they find in a tiki bar where the bartender, a monster named Rudy, who's Bob's old friend, gives them a jar of good luck they have been using. And what is an equivalent to the quote-unquote basketball hoops game, arcade game, understanding as but they take it to Babe and forge new good and bad luck stones. However, while creating the bad luck stone, Babe makes 2 good luck stones when it's created with only good luck, which Sam originally wanted to, but before she can place them, Sam tells Babe the people need bad luck as much as good luck. But realizing her mistake, she allows Sam to place the bad luck stone and good luck's restored to normal, where Sam sees Hazel getting adopted by a new family. However, Bob's offered to give his job at the land of luck, but he decides he wants to move with Sam. But he would be, of course, heading over to the land of luck for emergency reasons, but ending hope. And 1 year later on Earth, Hazel's family's actually Hazel herself, not her family. Actually, Hazel herself spends time with Sam and Bob, were subject to bad luck. Because Sam actually say that Hazel was brought over by Sam and Bob. Not actually, but her parents did not come. That's actually true. Yes, I did notice everything. Freaking notice everything about all of this. Yes, I was a stupid man, but it's gonna be a quote. But anyways, let's get things out of the picture, because today I'm gonna
let's see how I felt about this movie. So first of all, the pros, obviously. First, the main pro here is of course that the song has the music is also really great, especially, and everything I had to say. The voice acting is also interesting too, to be honest. And there's nothing much else to say except that it has a bit of specs inside. And also, it has a lot of promises too, and also the inspiration between Sam and Bob, especially Hazel. It's kind of a bit welcoming here, and I really praise for that John Lasseter guy who also produced this movie, which I had myself interested. But I had an interest in this movie since it was first announced in like an Apple event when they announced the iPhone SE third generation. Back to that, and that's a little bit unexpected. Well, at least that should be okay to say that I might be a little bit of seriousness, but it's okay to say that this movie would be good, especially the message throughout. But I don't like the plot. That's one of the cons, because for some reason I really don't like how the cons look because of how weird the situation is, and especially those bizarre moments. That's a little much of a sacrifice for a weird sacrifice because that is unexpected. But also, it's very weird to say that it's disproportionate, but it's a little bit of an uncertainty one since I never expect that to happen. Also, it's weird that I had some pretty dirty care in it, but I have to say that this is so weird that I really yeah. But I am sorry to say this, but this movie is okay, but a little bit decent, and it went weird when this happened. So I know it might be okay, but this movie would be a saucy one, and a little bit uncertainty one, since I really don't have much else to say about this thing. So that this movie is decent. It's kind of a bit less lucky to be exact, and of course, it's not that kind of a lucky movie to me, but it's a decent one. You heard it right. This is basically a decently lucky movie for me, at least for now. But with that being said, and since I don't have much anything to say this, I'm gonna settle this one because for a movie that's basically been produced by another guy who was mostly worked with Pixar movies is okay, but the direction brought by Holmes and everything it is, and whatever the thing is, also the voiceovers, even Simon Pegg is in it, which I was shocked, and Goldberg too. I am kind of a bit of a serious down for this one. So with that being said, and this movie is decent, 8 or B. I'm gonna settle with that one for now, but at least it has some better expectations for me than the other viewers. Well, with that being said, that'll be it for this episode of The Slab Revisited. I know I'm really freaking serious, but that's basically what it is. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for watching today's episode of The Slab Revisited. Please make sure you like, subscribe to Ashy Extra, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss new videos whenever I post. And you have an option to set it to all or personalized or not. You can visit my Linktree at linktr.GYPSYASHIE so more videos. So of course you can see all my social media accounts. And tomorrow's video will be my review on Win or Lose, which is Pixar's latest original series, which is the Plus, and the first one to be not based on an existing Pixar property. Finally, Pixar's making an original TV series out of an original story. But we're gonna get through that. So anyways, with that being said, we'll see you in the next video.